Oh, hey you guys, welcome back. Oh, well, it has begun. Let's go. Get that synchros loosened up. There we go. A little bit foggy this morning. It's all right. March 1st. There we go. All right, you guys, I am currently headed to one of our farms, an 80-acre piece of ground, and we're gonna go pick up the T6 because it's up there. Fun little story. We actually got to farming 2 days ago, and the first job we were doing was undercutting this 80-acre piece of ground. I filmed that whole day, and then I got home and I was taking the micro SD card out of the GoPro, and for whatever reason I'm just so strong with my fat fingers trying to get the card out of the GoPro that I actually broke it in half. So yeah, all that footage is gone forever. There she is. Oh man, you guys, I am pretty excited for this. T6 is up there with the undercutter on it. Got this whole field undercut, as you can tell. Now what the plan is we're gonna take that back to the shop. We're gonna hook up to the ripper, come back out here and rip this whole field, breaking up all the soil compaction out here and letting oxygen and more air get into the soil. You've got to be kidding me. Has this thing been set on wide lens the entire time I've been filming? I'm gonna check that. Oh man, what a disaster. It's been on wide lens for that whole intro, so making a lot of mistakes filming here. Oh wow, look at this sun rays coming through the T6. I don't even know if you can see that, but looks a lot better in person. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna have to be a little bit careful going down the road because it is pretty foggy back at the shop, and this undercutter is 18 feet wide. It takes up the entire width of the road, so, and we have a couple hills to go over, and I have no pilot car, so everybody better just watch out for me. Alright, so we're kind of having a little bit of trouble here with all the trash on top of the soil here, and it's kind of plugging up the ripper here a little bit between the tire and this shank right here. So look at that, 2 kicks and it's done. It's hard to say, but we're going about well, from the bottom of the shank here to right there, It's probably about 14 inches. The tractor's not really struggling that much. I thought it would be a harder pull, but I think since it's springtime, the soil is a lot more mellow. Alright, so with the amount of trash out here in this field, it's as you can tell, plugging up between this tire and this shank out here. So we're gonna just take this inside tire off and just run the outside tires. I think we should be okay. Alright, get this tire back. Somewhere else. I got strong as an ox curling that, probably 300-pound tire, one arm bicep curl. What the? What is that? I don't know what that is, but what are the odds that we picked this thing up on a shank right there in the ground? Pretty wild, huh? You guys, a quick lesson on soil compaction and ripping your fields. What you really want to do before you even hook up to your ripper is you want to get a soil penetrometer like this one right here. It's made by Agritronics. It's a nice quality one. They're probably $200-300 bucks, but if you think about it, you know, if you go out into your field and rip and when you really don't need to, you know, then you're just wasting a whole bunch of time and money. So get one of these to know if you need a rip or not. How it's going to work is, got a gauge on there. You have a small tip. So we're going to read this inside set of numbers. Basically, you want your soil to be about 100 psi, you know, anywhere from maybe 50 psi up to about 150 psi is a good range for air and water to get in and stay in the soil profile. If you go down to 0, that means basically you have no structure and you have like sand and all your nutrients and water are just pouring through and not staying where the roots are. But on the other side, if you go above that, above like 200 psi, then you have too much soil compaction and therefore you're going to have bad water infiltration and your roots are going to have a hard time penetrating through that soil. So basically what we're going to do, just walk out into the field, push this thing down into the ground and see what this gauge reads. All right, now we actually did come out to this field and undercut it first, and we ran that undercutter about 6 inches down, so the top 6 inches we're not going to really count because that soil has already been lifted up. So keep that in mind when we push this into the ground. So we go right here, we get down past that undercutter level and then press down, and yeah, basically I didn't even go, well, you have a look at that, that's maybe 10 inches in the ground, so you minus that 6 inches, there's about 4 inches down, and we hit 200 psi on here. So that tells us we've got some compaction out here, and we do need to be running the ripper out here to break that up. frosty this morning. You know what? Let's check the oil. It's a good idea. Not really on a level surface, but yeah. Looks perfect to me. All right, get this thing warmed up. We're back out here in the 80-acre piece of ground, and this is the field that we undercut first. Then we got the ripper out here, went ahead and ripped it, broke up the soil compaction, and now we've got the AMCO F15 tandem disc on the back of the T6 here, and you can tell we're trying to chop up all this buckwheat stems and trash from last fall, trying to get that all chopped up and pinned and buried into the ground so that the soil microbes can start breaking all of that stuff down and recycle those nutrients. We got this disc last year for like 2,500 bucks, and you know, I think it was a pretty good deal. What we did do is the front blades were actually wore out on it, so we went ahead and spent like $2,000 and got brand new notch blades on the front of it here, and these things are doing an incredible job of slicing through all the trash out here and working it into the soils. And I actually did rebuild this cylinder and that cylinder over there because the seals were kind of leaking a little bit. So now this thing is like, it's a nice disc. These back blades look like they were almost new, so we didn't replace these ones. Someday it might be nice to also put notch blades on the back, just because we deal with so much organic matter and material that we work into the soil. Might be nice to have that to be able to bury more trash, but right now it's working really good, so let's keep going. All right, you guys, so we have finished that 80-acre piece of ground right over there across the ditch. I'm now on the other side of the ditch. We got like this 8-acre piece of dry land right here that I'm just gonna run the disc across real quick and then we're gonna plant this to some hard white wheat. But I think that's gonna be the end of this video.